Leafs Nation, the search continues. The void left by Mitch Marner's departure looms large. A constant reminder that the Toronto Maple Leafs are still in desperate need of a top six forward, a player who can inject that crucial offensive punch. Throughout the lineup, we've explored various avenues, debated countless names, and now a new, intriguing possibility has emerged from the realm of simulated trades. One that could see a familiar face depart and a proven, albeit inconsistent, goal scorer arrive. Imagine this scenario. Proposed by Cole Shelton of Heavy Sports. The Maple Leafs acquiring veteran winger Anthony Mantha from the Pittsburgh Penguins in a 1-for-1 swap for our very own Nick Robertson. On the surface, it's a fascinating proposal, especially considering both players recently inked new contracts this summer. Beneath that fresh ink, both Mantha and Robertson are widely recognized as potential trade pieces, albeit for vastly different reasons. Let's talk about Anthony Mantha. He's a 30-year-old veteran, a former 20-goal scorer with a decade of NHL experience under his belt. His career numbers speak to his offensive capabilities: 146 goals and 157 assists. For a total of 303 points in 507 regular season games, he's a big body, a right-shot winger who can drive to the net and unleash a heavy shot for a Maple Leafs team desperately seeking to replace Marner's scoring touch and add more size and physicality to their top six. Mantha presents an interesting option. He could slot in on the second or third line, providing a legitimate scoring threat and a veteran presence. While his playoff stats, 6 assists in 14 games, aren't eye-popping, his regular season production demonstrates his ability to find the back of the net. Now, the article mentions his season was cut short last year due to an ACL tear. This is a significant detail, as any injury history raises questions. However, if he's fully recovered, and the Penguins are indeed in a restructuring phase, Mantha could become an expendable asset for them. Piece they might look to move at the trade deadline to acquire future assets. Despite his recent contract, his age and the Penguins' potential direction could make him available. This isn't about him being a bad player. It's about fit and organizational strategy. For Toronto, acquiring a player like Mantha would be a bet on his ability to regain his consistent 20-goal form in a new environment. Surrounded by the Leafs' elite talent, on the other side of this proposed deal is Nick Robertson. For years, we've watched Robertson tantalize us with flashes of brilliance, that lightning-quick release, the undeniable scoring instincts. But for all his talent, consistency, and a defined role have eluded him in Toronto. He's a young player who, frankly, needs a fresh start. A change of scenery where he can truly spread his wings and find his game in Pittsburgh. Robertson would likely find himself much higher on the depth chart. The Penguins, seemingly in a rebuilding or retooling phase, could offer him the significant ice time and opportunity he needs to showcase his talents consistently. He'd be given a chance to play a more prominent role, perhaps even a top six role, without the immense pressure cooker that is the Toronto market. For Robertson, this trade could be the catalyst for his long-awaited breakout, allowing him to develop into the consistent NHL scorer we all know he has the potential to be. It's a win-win for him personally, even if it means leaving the team that drafted him. This isn't a trade that's likely to happen tomorrow or even this summer. The Heavy Sports proposal suggests this is more of an in-season move. Why? Because the Penguins would want to see what they truly have in Mantha at the start of the season, and what kind of market he could command if they decide to move him. If he starts strong, his trade value increases. If he struggles, they might still move him, but for a different return. For the Leafs, waiting until closer to the trade deadline might also give them a clearer picture of their own needs and how Mantha might fit into their playoff push. For Pittsburgh, acquiring Robertson aligns with a rebuilding strategy. They get a younger, high-upside prospect who fits a longer timeline rather than a veteran on a mid-career contract. For Toronto, it's about addressing an immediate need for offensive production, leveraging a young asset who might benefit from a new environment to acquire a more established, albeit older, scorer. It's a classic futures for present trade. Both teams looking to optimize their rosters based on their current competitive windows. The Maple Leafs' quest for that elusive top six forward continues, and this simulated trade involving Anthony Mantha and Nick Robertson offers a compelling, albeit speculative, path forward. It highlights the ongoing challenge of balancing immediate needs with long-term asset management. Will this trade materialize? Only time will tell. But it certainly provides plenty of food for thought as the Leafs navigate the complexities of the NHL landscape, striving to build a roster capable of bringing the Stanley Cup back to Toronto. What do you think, Leafs Nation? Is Anthony Mantha the right fit to bolster the Leafs' top six? Are you comfortable parting ways with Nick Robertson for a veteran like Mantha? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more in-depth analysis and all the latest news on your Toronto Maple Leafs. Your support means the world to us.